we recycle a lot of items to keep them out of the landfill. And one of those is refrigerators and freezers. So if you have a refrigerator or freezer that's broken, you can bring it here and we will evacuate the Freon and certify it and then take it to be recycled. The fee for that is $32, but it keeps it from being improperly disposed of and keeps it out of the landfill. We also do fluorescent bulbs because they contain mercury, and to keep those from getting evaporated into the atmosphere, we collect them and we have a bulb crusher that extracts the mercury vapors, and then the glass is sent off to be recycled so we can keep fluorescent tubes and stuff out of the landfill. And then we also do electronic recycling. So if you have computers, printers, towers, things like that, laptops, you can bring them here. 406 Recycling in Helena does our electronic recycling, and they actually guarantee data destruction. So if you have anything with any personal information, he keeps it under lock and key until it is destroyed, and then he takes the parts that can be recycled and he shreds like the plastic outer cases of electronics and sends those off, and they eventually become PVC pipe. We take TVs, stereos, DVD players, old VCRs, any of that kind of stuff. Even the old CRT tube TVs we will take and they will be recycled. So we'll accept alkaline batteries as well as lead acid batteries and lithium batteries. It's important to note, if you have a lithium battery, if it is bulging or swollen or hot in any way, you need to put that into a box with kitty litter, or put it in a plastic bag and put it in a box with kitty litter to keep it from being exposed to the air, because it can oxidize and then could potentially start a fire. So if you have anything like that, please call and let us know. We also take used antifreeze, oil, and gasoline, and any of these items to drop off are free. We also will take propane canisters and propane tanks. Okay, so we will take used propane tanks if they're not reusable and you can't exchange them, then you can bring them here and we will take care of them and get them properly disposed of or recycled. And if you have the propane canisters for the little camping stoves and things like that, you can bring them here and we will get those recycled. And it is free to drop off propane tanks also. Alright, so another waste diversion at the landfill is clean wood. So people bring their branches and pallets and anything that is clean wood and put it in this pile, and then we have someone who comes and shreds that and chips it. And so we have a big stack of wood chips over here, and the wood chips will be used in our compost and then later used for landfill finishing on the hills.
You gonna film it for the news station?
Alright, another waste diversion that we have at the landfill is metal. So if you have an item that is 80% metal or more, then you can bring it to the landfill and put it in the metal pile and it will be recycled. If you look back here, you'll see some bikes. If a bike is still usable or maybe just needs a minor tune-up, you could contact the Bozeman Bike Kitchen and they would be happy to help you. There are lots of outlets for bikes, but all of this will be baled and then recycled. Another waste diversion at the landfill is our biosolids. So we get biosolids from city wastewater treatment plants and they bring it out here. And then the wood chips from the clean wood are mixed with the biosolids and make compost. And then the compost will be used to cover hillsides and finish slopes and things at the landfill. And that helps us not have to buy materials. And we can just use this in-house, in essence, and it keeps costs down. So now we're at the tipping face of the landfill. So back here you see all the trucks dumping their trash. and the equipment, it was compacting it and getting it ready to be buried. And you can see back here, they're covering that area, that ground, and that's to help keep it from blowing away and compacting it to build the hills. And if you look over here, this is the hillside. This is all one trash, and through using the compost from the other area and the trash, they build layer upon layer to make these slopes to finish the landfill. So if you look way at the top, he's working on the layer up there to cover it, and eventually all of the hills of trash are supposed to look like they were indigenous to the area and look like the natural topographical area. So in the trash, there's usually liquids, and when the rain comes, it will push those liquids down into the ground. The landfill is lined with a thick plastic liner to keep any of that from getting into the groundwater, and there's a system of pumps and pipes and brings all that liquid into this leachate pond where it will evaporate, so none of this can get into the groundwater. So this is what it looks like, and it's kind of gross, but it's keeping it from going into the groundwater.
Well, Patty, who runs this operation, does an amazing job, is extremely knowledgeable, and for this old videographer, has really done a wonderful job of showing us what the difference is between a landfill, which is a scientific project, and a dump, which you just throw stuff away in. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.